Hello, folks. Good to be with you again. This is Mike Newmeyer, 410-902-0464. This is Game Plan for Retirement. So I want to talk about retirement this afternoon. I want to give you some ideas. I hope you'll give me a call afterwards to talk about your particular situation. If you're getting ready for retirement, what are you thinking about? Most people tell me, they'll say to me, I just don't know if I'm going to have enough money for retirement. I want you to tell me whether I'm going to have enough money for retirement. So I start asking them questions about what their expenses are, what they expect their expenses to be in retirement, how certain they feel about those, and so forth and so on, and what the income's going to be. Because the main things in retirement are, how much income you're going to have, and then what your expenses are going to be. Now, we can never guess the expenses perfectly, that's for sure. We know that everything seems to go up every year, right? We always have inflation and so forth, but we can get an idea. So I make notes and ask them a lot of different questions. And when they come up with a number, those two numbers, income and expenses, then I ask them next, where are you going to get the income? And lots of times they'll tell me, well, I've got my 401k plan at work and I'm going to use that and so forth. And how are you going to use it? How are you going to use it? Well, it's done really well the last few years. With artificial intelligence and various tech stocks and so forth, it's gone up very nicely. So, I'm going to use the money that's there, and I'll just take a certain amount of money out each year and so forth. Well, what if, I say to them then, what if the market turns down? What if we have another black swan, as they call them, when an unexpected downturn is a severe downturn? We've seen a number of those in the last several years. You remember back in 8 and 9 and so forth during the Great Recession, and some of them don't remember, but in any case, we had a great, downfall in the market. The market went down to 18,000, the Dow went down to 18,000. It's about 46,000 now. I say, well, there you are. They'll say it came back up. But did you ever make up for the money that you lost when it was down? Well, no. What if you had retired then? What if you for lots of different reasons, you were retiring then? Maybe you lost your government job because they were downsizing, whatever the reason was, or maybe for health or your spouse's health, or what the reasons were, but you retired then. Now your 401k was way down, and they'll say, well, I wouldn't touch it. Well, if you weren't going to touch it, then what were you going to live on? Well, I have Social Security, they'll say. Aha. And you believe Social Security will be around, and I do too, okay? I believe in Social Security. Social Security is a pension, isn't it? It is a pension, and it's guaranteed to you. And I really believe the government will always support Social Security, okay? Because it's our age groups that vote. So they're not going to get rid of Social Security. Okay, so you got Social Security, and you've got savings, and maybe the market has come back, and maybe you're able to take some money out of it. But every time you take money out of the market, basically, you're not growing your account, are you? So if you were taking $3,000 out of it a month, and it wasn't growing $3,000 out of a month, then your balance is declining. Would you agree? Well, of course, they'll say they agree. They can see that. That's basic mathematics. But what if you live longer than the money that you have in your account lasts? Well, what are you going to do then? Let me ask the question. Back when I was researching this very same situation back in 2000, when the NASDAQ collapsed, and I saw what happened to people's mutual funds and so forth, okay, I began to realize there had to be an alternative. There had to be something else like Social Security that you could depend on, okay, and so forth. So I found a product, and it's a product that we use today, and it's a product that basically is the go-to product for retirement. And people talk about it, and you hear other people talking about it on the radio. And here's a product that never can go down as far as your income is concerned. In other words, your income is guaranteed for lifetime, And they give you a very good number, a good percentage based on your age. Okay, so let's say hypothetically you're 65 years old. That means you're going to get a little more than 7.5% per year. $7,500 on every 100,000, 7.5%. You can't get 7.5% in CDs. You can't get 7.5% in anything that I know of that's what I would call safe. But here you can get 7.5%. Let's say you're 70, it's going to be more like 8%. And so where are you going to get those kinds of, and this money is guaranteed for life. Every year that you live, you'll get that money. And if you pass away, of course, your beneficiaries will get what's left in the account. Now, I don't know what you think, but to me, that's a good deal. The older I am, the more I want to have some certainty in my life, especially when it comes to money. I want to know what's going to be there. And I can tell you right to the penny how much money you can get out of your IRAs or your what's available in your 401k if you still have a 401k, whatever you can roll over that into these accounts. I can tell you exactly how much money you can get. If you call me today, I can give you an approximation. You don't have to come in to find that out. And then you shop around and see what else is available. I think you'll be very happily surprised that you found what you're looking for. Again, my name is Mike Newmeyer, and I'm available. You leave me a message at 410-902-0464, and I'll get back to you, and then we'll get together and we'll evaluate your situation and go from there. So thank you very much today, and I'll be talking to you again.